Guys, what do we have here? Ha ha! I have been waiting for this for quite a while. I wonder if it's heavy. It's not that heavy. Oh. Woo. I seem to have everything else but a decent pair of cutters. Voila! Ooh, look at that. Check it out, guys. Thank you for choosing Phanteks. I will open all these here in a few. Let's get to this guy. Whoa. Whoa. The Phanteks Evolv X, which starts at $199 is known from the previous Evolv series case, which is a very successful lineup for Phanteks. This case provides a bunch of improved revisions compared to the Evolv, which we'll be covering in this video. Starting with the front panel, we have the RGB LED controls and the essential ports that you would need. The aluminum top panel, which has your power button, is very nicely finished and has a very premium feel. The top panel also provides better ventilation for better airflow compared to the previous Evolv, which was a little bit more constricted. The back of the top panel has more air vents for even more ventilation, and we have the 2 thumb screws in order for removal of the top panel. Removal requires you to slide it back a little bit after undoing the thumb screws. This will also be the mounting location for your mini ITX bracket, which by the way isn't included with the case. It is, however, an option upon purchase. It is also removable for a more convenient mounting for your radiators up to 360mm. Removal for the front panel is fairly simple and requires a slight pull to release the hinges, revealing even more fan and radiator support, and is included with a removable dust filter. The front can mount radiators up to 420mm. Also in the front is 4 thumb screws, which locks the side panel tempered glass doors. This is a very good feature for transporting purposes, as this prevents the glass doors from opening upon transit. The case will come with 3 140mm fans, which have 2 pre-mounted in the front and 1 pre-mounted in the back. For the actual removable front panel itself, it does have 3 gold pins, as you guys can see, and these pins are to contact the gold plates in the front, and this provides power for the RGB strips, which is pretty damn cool. That's a feature that I haven't seen in any other case. Opening the glass doors seems to be giving me a different experience from both sides. One side is harder than the other for mine, and it is magnetic and has this hinge which fits in this tight hole. The tempered glass is surrounded by this soft rubber pad for protection of closing the side panels. Removal of the tempered glass side panel can be a challenge. The other side seemed a lot easier for me than this side, obviously, and it does require some force. Moving on to the rear, which has a very significant improvement compared to the previous Evolv, is that it now has these covers. And usually in other cases, these covers would be a challenge for cable management because there was only so much space in between them. And this also doubles as an SSD mount and is very easily removable for your convenience while building the system. There is also plenty of room for cables, and here's the cover. As you guys can see, this is how you would install the SSDs, and all you'd be required to do is screw them in. Behind the top cover is more room for your cables, and this is actually where the majority of your volume for cables will be. And it does come with a bunch of dual lane straps, which makes organization and rerouting of cables so much easier. The top cover is also removable, and both covers would total up to 6 SSDs. There's also these thumb screws which loosens the plastic covers which are located in the front, and this is more for aesthetic purposes for hiding cables. It does have plenty of room to fit even a 24-pin cable. Although the covers are plastic, it really is a nice addition to the overall look of the build. This also doubles as a mounting location for the 4 included drive cages. It also includes universal fan hubs totaling to 8, 3 of them being 3 pins and 5 of them being 4 pins. Branding is very minimal, which is in the shroud. This is also where your RGB is located. We also have a dedicated VGA cutout, which is perfect for your graphics card cables. And what I really like about this is if you have custom sleeved cables and you want them to lie nice and flat, well then this is actually perfect because you can tighten it to fit the cable and the cables will remain nicely organized, which is perfect. Speaking of graphics card, the case does come with a vertical GPU mount. It does require a separate purchase of the riser cable. For the power supply shroud, I really appreciate the cutout to show possible RGB lighting effects, and the mounting bracket is removable for installation convenience. Also located under the power supply is another removable dust filter, which we always like to have in our case. As for the contents of the toolkit box I showed earlier, we have this awesome manual which I highly recommend you read. It's actually one of the best looking manuals out there that I've ever seen. And we have the included vertical GPU mounting kit. As I mentioned, the riser cable is sold separately and you will need to purchase that. We also have this small metallic Phanteks logo, which is a really nice addition since Phanteks does have minimal branding in the case. And of course the screw kit is also included for all of the requirements in getting the case ready. We also have this magnetic cover, which is for the top panel for any unused slots that you may want to cover. We also have this GPU anti-sagging bracket, which I will explain how it works later here in a few, but this does come nice and handy and is very unique compared to what other cases has to offer. And we also have 4 drive cages for 3.5-inch drives, and although the case does support up to 10, it only includes 4 and the rest is to be ordered. For the anti-sagging GPU bracket, all you really have to do is install it in the back and then you screw them in place. This is a simple way to eliminate GPU sag. And believe me, it actually works. If you want to install the drive cages in front, it's very simple. All you have to do is screw them in by removing the covers. But here in the power supply section, it's a little different. All you have to do is push it down and slide it in place. Now removal is, as you can see, this little pin. You just lift it up and pull for removal of the drive cage. Ta-da! And finally, the awesome RGB lighting effects this case provides. You have quite the variety of RGB lighting effects. The synchronization of the RGB LED strip in the shroud is actually a very nice addition to the case. Now I'm just going to toggle through a few effects here just to show you guys. So that's it for today, guys. This case is definitely one of the more premium cases out there, and the build quality is just really good. I like the silver cold plating. The aluminum feels really nice, and everything seems to be so convenient and readily available for you. So if you needed to add storage, it's very simple to just add the drive cages and stuff. You don't even have to screw them in. You can just pop them in, which is really nice. From this view, you can see the LEDs are not properly diffused, and I mean, regardless, it's really cool. I like how when you remove the front plate, you don't even have to worry about wires because of the gold plate contacts that provide power for the LED strips attached. For the price point, which is around $200, the price may or may not go down. Right now they are currently out of stock, even if you go to Newegg and stuff like that. If you do go to Phanteks website though, you might have better luck there. I believe if you go with the deals such as the dual system deal, which includes the mini ITX bracket and the Phanteks Evolv power supply, you may be able to get your hands on that one. But that's around $400 something, and that's actually what I ordered. But I guess they shipped it separate, and I still don't have the revault, and I don't have the brackets, which is a little disappointing because I did want to include that in the review. And I will build a system in this case. That's it for today, guys. Do not forget, by the way, we have a giveaway. We're giving away a case. It's one of the cases that I reviewed previously, and it's a Dark Flash T20. If you guys want to join that giveaway, there will be a link down in the description below. So just hit that up if you're interested. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Like the video if you liked it, and please subscribe to the channel. We'll see you soon.